Big Brother 27, episode 37. We are almost finished with this season. We got to roast it. We got to recap it. So grab a beverage. Hopefully, you're wearing something very comfy. Smash that like, and let's get this party started.
If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want. 'Cause your heart's made of gold, but don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel, stand-up comedian and Big Brother hater. Joleen Lunzer here for the Big Brother breakdown with Joleen. Let's get the show started the only way we know how. Welcome to the Big Brother breakdown with Joleen. Welcome to the BB breakdown with Joleen. That's moi. All right, thank you guys very much. Thank you for indulging me, since I will only be singing that a few more times, and then it will retire again until next season, or if we get a celebrity Big Brother, which I'm really hoping that we do, get a celebrity Big Brother, because we have the Olympics this year, and it normally happens when there's an Olympics. So let's hope. February 2026. Come on, celebrity Big Brother. Okay, but first, you guys make sure you smash that like. Let's set a like goal for 1,200. You guys have been killing it with the likes. Thank you so much all season long. You've been helping me out. Likes are a great way to let people know we're live, to come over here, and I really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe as we make our way to 50K. We're well on our way to 48,000 subscribers. We have over 47,000, so that's amazing. And if you want to support the channel further, you can always send a super chat when we're live here on YouTube. I'll highlight your comment. It's a great way for me to see your comments, and then you can consider joining my YouTube membership or my Patreon. Links are in the description. You don't have to do any of those things, but if you choose to, they are there for you. All right, I want you guys to sound off in the live chat as we roast and take a comedic look at episode 37 of this 27th season of Big Brother. I got my notes. I got my sound effect, you guys. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you hear this.
That's my opinion!
Last time I thought my sound effects were working, you guys. So I was just pausing awkwardly during my last live thinking I had the sound effects on. And thank you to those of you who were like, Joleen, your sound effects are not working. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you, Lady Jane. Thank you, Katie. So now we know. Thank you, Katie Squared, Natalie, Christy. You guys are sweeties. Wipe the darn CDs. What a day. What a day. We're down to our final 3 in the house. But we got to talk about how we got there. Okay. Thank you, Kim. That is so sweet of you. Hearing like encouraging things online. It's so rare. Thank you. But you guys are all sweet. But Kim says, this is my new favorite channel, best personality on YouTube. That is, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm going to give you a boing for that. Okay. That gave me a lady boner. Thank you so much. All right. Season 27, episode 37, Big Brother takes us back to right after Keanu was evicted by getting poked in his voodoo doll with a needle.
It's inappropriate.
I know a lot of you didn't like that. I saw a lot of comments like it's demonic. I liked it. It's spooky season, so I'm all for it. And a lot of you did say it's probably Kelly's voodoo dolls. That's probably why they're using voodoo dolls. Allegedly. Obviously, you guys. Like I always say, everything I say is true, except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged and for entertainment purposes only. Allegedly, Kelly had them already made, and production was like, ah, shit. We'll just use these voodoo dolls that Kelly's been doing the voodoo on the house guests with. So how convenient. SK Kelly. I was hoping we would get a jury segment tonight. We did not, but it looks like tomorrow night we get an episode. And I don't think, at least they didn't describe it as just like the dumb round table. Remember this? They said it was jury. So why don't they just make a whole episode catching us up to jury? Because really at this point, we're probably more interested with who's in jury than who's in the final 3. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. But I would rather just watch jury. But sound off in the comments or the live chat. But if you're watching on the replay, hi replay crew, and sound off in the comment section. All right, let me open up my my screenshots for this episode. So Keanu was just sent home, and then Julie Chen was like, but first, I am going to do a little interview with old Keanu. Is this? No, that's not the right one. And so Keanu comes back, and I'm like, I guess it was just yesterday he left. Okay, so he was just in a hotel. But he did do some exit press. I haven't watched any of his exit press, but I am going to watch it and react to it because I really want to hear more of Keanu's reasoning, because this was kind of like a shorter interview. Okay, so let me pull up a picture. Keanu came out to fanfare. The fans were like, woo! And he's like, oh, this feels so good. This is so great. So Keanu sits down next to Julie. He gets to hug Mama J, what he called her all season. All right, come on. Share here. There we go. Yay. Yay. Cal coming in with some gifted memberships. Thank you so much. 5 gifted memberships. That's very generous of you, Cal. Congratulations to those of you who received a gifted membership from Cal. YouTube selects it randomly, but make sure you have it turned on under your account that you can receive gifted memberships. So thank you so much. Put your hearts in the chat for Cal being a wonderful person. Gail Murphy Comedy, thank you so much for the super chat. Gail says, you're killing it, Jolene. Thanks for all your hard work. Gail, you sweetie wipe the CD. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this positivity. Thank you so much, Gail. That was so nice of you. It's like my little niece says, that's so nice of you, Jolene. That's so nice of you. So here is Keanu talking to Julie Chen. Okay. The interview. Keanu says, Julie's like, what do you think happened? And Keanu's like, well, I think my social game was sabotaged from the beginning from Jimmy. It's Jimmy's fault. The impact of Jimmy, you guys. I mean, maybe a little. I don't know. I can't even remember that far anymore sometimes. I feel like I've blocked out a lot of things. But maybe I'm okay with blaming Jimmy for some stuff. How about you guys? Put it in the chat. Are you guys okay with blaming Jimmy? I'm okay. You know, little performative, rehearsed reads. We'll blame him. Who? Right? I don't know who. We don't know. He said that, Bree. He said he feels like his social game was sabotaged from the beginning. From Jimmy James. Yeah, the guy with the sunglasses. And then he also talked about how he, thought he had all these allies, but was basically targeted by these fake allies. Riley and the gang that he wanted to, and Lauren, all the people that he thought he was working with. And Rachel said, you're not. You're definitely not working with them. So hashtag all day, every day. Rachel was right. I think Keanu is now starting to realize, oh, maybe I should have listened to Rachel like once or half a time, and things could be very different for him. But here we are. Julie asked him about the last HOH. There's a lot of speculation of whether he threw that last HOH because when he was standing there holding the sword, he was doing it with one hand. He was willy-nilly, not paying attention, he seemed more excited to talk to Vince and have like a little bromance kiki than he was to actually play the HOH, which is a very important HOH. And Julie asked if it was, was it his ego? Was it like overconfidence in himself? Did he think he was going to do great? And he was like, no, it was overconfidence in his relationship with Vince. Vince is going to haunt Keanu. This relationship, this bromance he pushed so hard is going to haunt Keanu forever. It's crazy. So he's like, no, I think it's that I believed in Vinny so much. And I'm like,
it's inappropriate.
What do you mean you believed in him so much? You already put him on the block to punish him weeks before, knowing that he was doing you dirty. And then you saved him, which was a mistake. Once you put someone on the block, you guys, you can't go back from that. You can't be like, no, I'm going to save you. And I'm going to be your hero. They never forget it. If you put me on the block, I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. All right. I'm going to say, we're cool, but we're never going to be cool. Now, granted, Vince was, playing him long before that, but still so dumb. Yeah. Vince is haunting everyone. He's like, ooh, Vince. I mean, Vince's jury management is some of the worst I've seen since Paul. Who else had horrible jury management, you guys? I'm trying to think of names at the top of my head. Right away, Paul comes to mind, losing twice to bad jury management. I know there's others. And I just don't, I don't know. Yeah, everyone's like, Paul. Paul or wheels. Okay. Monty's jury. I don't remember much of Monty's jury management. I just think, yeah, maybe. Yes, Keanu, basically Julie was setting him up for, he's very forgiving. He's very kind. The interesting thing is that he said he looked at Vince like his little brother, even though Vince is older than him. Which makes sense because Vinny was always crying. He's smaller than Keanu, you know. He's unemployed. He felt lost. And that is Vinny's manipulation in this game. That is Vinny's emotional manipulation, is he pretends to be like, oh, God, I didn't know, guys. Oh, man, I had no idea. I'm so nervous. I don't know what to do. But he knows. He knows. And Keanu fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. He fell for his kitten stuck up a tree. But like the great Ani DeFranco says, don't you think every kitten figures out how to get down, whether or not you ever show up? Okay? And that was Vince. He knows what he's doing. He's a, hey, boys, what you guys doing? We might have WrestleMania in here with Teddy and Dave Dog. They're starting to make out, which means they're like, with their mouths. And so we'll see. Well, we might have to take a quick commercial break because they might be getting loud in here. But yeah, Keanu is just very forgiving. Julie was like, that's great. That's beautiful. Love one another. Love one another. Keanu's like, I'm just a nice guy. I felt bad for the dude. Well, maybe you could have felt bad for somebody else. Maybe you could have felt bad for Rachel. Okay? But Vince is playing that damsel in distress. Vinny is the dimwit in distress. Okay? Vinny, the dipshit Panera Bread, fooled Keanu. And now Keanu's sitting there. He's like, I would like to be under different circumstances, Julie. I wanted to walk out and have the confetti, feel the confetti on my face. But instead, I sit here because Vinny, the dipshit, Panera Bread, did that to me. So, oh boy. He also talks about, you know, the HOH, like I said, and thinking like he was safe because it didn't matter who won it because they're bros. Because bros before droves of loss, bros before hosers. I don't know. Just he was like, we're bros, we're wieners. He was like, dicks. And he really was like, we're gonna talk about skateboarding videos, bro. We're gonna talk about freaking kettlebells. Okay, I'm gonna train him so he can have a muscle. I'm gonna give Vinny his first muscle. I'm really excited about that. Yeah. And then he wasn't paying enough attention and ultimately dropped his sword. Interesting. Ironic. He wanted to have a sword fight with Vince, and then he ends up dropping his sword.
Boom. Roasted.
His sword went flaccid. Okay, Jolene, that's enough. That's enough, you guys. That was inappropriate. All right, I'll give it to you.
It's inappropriate.
He said Rachel even told him that the final 5 HOH was the most important. And guess what Keanu says? Keanu says, and I should have listened to her.
No.
Too late. Again, too late, Keanu. It's too late. We can't go back. There's nothing I can do. Okay? But this is on you, bro. Maybe you should have listened to her. We were all screaming at the live feeds every time you push back. And now here we are because Vinny, the dipshit, Panera Bread, gotcha. He gotcha, sir. That must feel dumb.
I don't have any votes now.
And now he doesn't have any votes. So make sure it stays that way, Keanu. So Keanu admitting yet again, Rachel was right. Hashtag Rachel was right. Rachel was right all day, every day. Tell a friend, tell your mom, tell your grandparents, tell the haters online. Rachel was right. You can dislike her till the cows come home, but she was right. And these people keep saying so. Lauren has to sit in jury right now going, Rachel was right. Rachel sat with Lauren as she put makeup on her face. She was like, I'm scared. I think I'm going to use the veto. And Rachel's like, don't use the veto. Don't use the veto. She sat up in that HOH room going, Lauren, don't use the veto. This man is unemployed and 35. And it's on purpose. Okay. This man wants he wants you to literally carry him, wipe his tuchus, and make him spaghetti because he doesn't know how to boil noodles. Okay. So don't do it. And Lauren's like, I think I'm gonna do it. As she's putting her makeup on, I'll never forget. And now, guess who took you out? The man Rachel told you not to use the veto on, Lauren. Janine says Panera is way too good for Vince. That's true. That's you might have a point there. Okay, especially the chicken salad sandwich and their pumpkin cookies. All right. So now Keanu has to go commiserate with Lauren and the rest of the gang who didn't listen to. Oh my God. It is just one after another. And now Ava's going, Ava, you dipshit. I'm sorry. They're dipshits. And there's nothing wrong with being a dipshit except for when it costs you $750,000. When you can't get out of your own way. These people could not get out of their own way. Keanu, Lauren, Ava, one of the dumbest. I mean, no offense, all offense, but ma'am, it's not good. It's just my opinion. All right, we'll get there. But they're all going to be sitting there going, maybe I should have listened to Rachel at least for a minute. Okay. Oh my gosh. But at least Keanu is admitting this. Will the others admit it? I don't know. I don't know if they'll ever admit it. All right. And then Keanu's like, I feel like after the game, I'm probably going to have to keep mentoring Vince like I did in the house. So he's probably going to ask to, loan him some money or borrow, like we say in the Midwest. No, he didn't say that. But how much money will you put on the fact that Vince is probably going to be hitting up Keanu for money? Here's the deal. Keanu better have learned his lesson, because if he didn't, long after this game, Vinny's going to be contacting him with pyramid business schemes. He's going to be like, I have a proposition for you. Okay. I bought these leggings, right? And I'm going to sell these leggings to you. And then you're going to buy a bunch of leggings. You're going to sell the leggings. Then you make profit, which I make profit. Then I make profit. Then we just keep buying more leggings till there's just everyone loves leggings, until we just have so many leggings that we're just losing all of our profit by putting it back into the leggings. But someone's making money, but it's not us. It's like a pyramid. You get it, right? He's going to get him in a Ponzi scheme. Keanu, you have to block him right away. You need to hit up your social media, block Vinny on everything. Okay. Definitely block him on your Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal, allegedly, obviously. Because Vinny's going to call you crying. He's going to be selling Tupperware, Patty. He's going to be like, I'm having a Tupperware party. And what? It's what Morgan calls it, man. It's a Tupperware party, man. And I need you to buy something. My mom's kicking me out. He's going to be selling Cutco knives. Okay. He's going to be like, do you want to see this knife cut through this bag of halls? You'd be like, no, please, man. Please. So he's a leech. He's going to suck. He'll suck you dry. That didn't sound right. Okay, Jolene, move on. I'm going to move on. But I do make an excellent point in case that wasn't already clear. Okay. So Keanu was basically raising Vinny. He was raising him straight from the teat. He was like, I was feeding him with my brother's milk. Okay. It's a thing that men do sometimes when they're obsessed with each other, but I don't look it up. It's in a biology book, allegedly. Okay. So, he's just like, I gave him a lot of grace. Keanu feels like he doesn't have to, because Julie's like, what are you taking away? What have you learned from this? Hopefully it's something about God. Is it something about God? Is it about God 101? Is it about the Bible? Did you read the Bible? And Keanu's like, well, yes, I do read the Bible. Thank you. I feel like I shouldn't have to change who I am to be a winner. Okay, that sounds nice on the surface. That sounds kind of nice on the surface. Like, you're like, okay, yeah, be yourself. But in this case, it didn't work. You should have pivoted a little bit. You should definitely free your mind, and the rest will follow. Be gender blind. Don't be so shallow. So when you see Rachel or a woman again in the future and they want to work with you, say yes to the dress. Okay, just say yes to the dress, bro. It can only do good for you, because you said yes to the crybaby skinny jeans, and look where you are. So that's all I'm saying. Okay, I will move on eventually. Probably not soon, but one day, maybe, kind of. And then Keanu finds out about the judges, and he's like, I was waiting. Oh, I cannot wait to get more reactions from him. So does that mean that they kept that secret from him because he gets his goodbye messages? Okay. Ashley's like, just so you know, I'm not stupid like you think I am or think I was. I have a really good social game and I'm working with a lot of people in the house. Okay. BTW, just so you know. All right. Georgetown University, look it up. Anyways, bye. Thanks. Ava said, I forget what Ava said, something, and then she farted. And then Morgan and Vince both were like, we've been working with a group of people that didn't include you. And it's Morgan, Vince, Ashley, Will, and Rachel, called the Judges. And I want to know. I wish Julie, that's what does he think of that? What does that say to Keanu? That all these times he's like, Ashley's an idiot. She doesn't know what's going on. When he would talk down to her like, okay, you're smart. All right. You don't know what's going on. She actually did know what's going on because she was working with the people that you claim to be aligned with. Like, how does that make you feel? I want to know. Instead, Julie's like, love one another. And I'm like, Julie, wait, hold up on the love. Okay. We can love one another later. I want to know. So I don't know if he's been asked this in any of his exit press or if they waited for this moment. He didn't look as shocked as I thought he would, finding out that his dear, precious Vincenzo is in an alliance. He does look, though, if you look here, he does look a little disappointed, which, yeah. I mean, learn a lesson, sir. Learn a lesson. And Vinny's like, hi, Keanu. Yeah, man. I'm in the alliance called the Judges, man, with all these people, man. So I'm sure Rachel's going to talk about it more to him in the jury house. And I'm very interested to really get... You thought he was flabbergasted? I don't know if I thought he was flabbergasted. I wanted more like, what? Oh my God, that makes so much sense. How could I be so dumb? Oh, so Ashley knew what she was talking about all along? Oh my God, Vinny was really never with me. Something like that. All right. Thank you, David Cushmore, for the super chat. David says Vikings play the Steelers at 8:30 a.m. I think it's 6:30 for me because they're playing in London. And I will be watching and cheering on Skol Vikings. Thank you so much, David. Appreciate that. Keanu's just too trusting. Too trusting. Christy Kelly said they showed him going to the jury house. So he may have been, and Rachel may have told him. So that's what I was thinking, Christy, that he might have gotten word of this before, because I'm like, he's just, I'm not getting the big reaction. I was waiting for Keanu to find out that there was a Judges Alliance and that Ashley was in it. I was just waiting because he was like, this bitch doesn't know what she's talking about. He didn't call her bitch, but I'm just like, he's like, this chick does not know what she's talking about. She is dumb. Oh my God, she does not have a good read. And the whole time he's getting played. So I just needed to know. And then he brought up something about, because early in the season in his packet, they talked about his dad and his dad having cancer, I believe, if I remember that correctly, because they really haven't talked about it much after that. You would think there would have been like a BB Unlocked. They could have saved Ava's family and shown us Keanu's family maybe, or talked about that. Because I just remembered it when Julie brought it up, or maybe Keanu did in the exit interview. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot about that. Because I remember early on hearing that and hearing what was going on in Keanu's family really gave me a soft spot for him. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, now I remember. But obviously it's not something he's going to talk about constantly, but maybe if they're going to show families, give us an update on his family or something. But instead, we got Ava's family, who's allegedly holding her boyfriend Caleb hostage. Obviously, you guys, allegedly.
I don't have any foods now.
Don't sue me. I don't have anything. All right. Except for lip gloss.
Allegedly.
All right. So then he listens to all the jury messages. He moves on with his life. We'll see you later. Goodbye. Now we have the HOH competition, and it's Forensoscope, and they're all in cubes, not balls. They're in cubes, and they got to push these cubes, and they have to find clues, and they got to get back to it's. Ava can't even move the ball. Ava is just like, what is going on? She's stuck there. She's like, and I can't move this thing. I don't know what to do. Morgan's just track starring through it. I don't think Ashley I think at one point, Ava finally was able to move the cube. And they're like, both of your answers are wrong. They're so wrong. It's the wrongest piece of wrong that ever wronged. Like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, this is Ava in what a shot I got of her. Now, in her defense, that her armpit hair isn't that long. That is Morgan's hair on one side. See, she has the short little hair over there. But I just noticed that, like, holy, that looks like she has quite the bush under her pits. But that is not, in fact, that is Morgan's hair. Morgan's luxurious hair. The other one is a little more controlled, a little more trimmed. You guys, give me just a second. I think Dave Dog is chewing on something. I got to check. You know, I'm a working fur mommy. All right. Shout out to us fur mommies out there. I will be right back after this short commercial break.
I appreciated you acknowledging the position that I'm now in last night. I don't want you to ever feel that way, though. But I also don't want you to be like, decision's made, Vinny, f***ing man up.
It's like, what other option do we have, Vince? I'm not going to let you go in a downward spiral. I'm not going to allow you to do that.
I'm not going to spiral. I'm just, you know how frustrated I am that I even had to make that decision. That's all I'll say. We'll end with that. That's it. No more to be said. Frustration or not, it happened. I have to live with it. And then let's just do our best to get by one twist, eviction, whatever is going to happen Thursday at a time.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going to happen, and I just need to make sure that we're both here.
You feel like you don't have anyone in this game, but this is the time, Vince, where social matters, and you are so good at it. You don't even realize how good you are.
That would be put to the test.
Vince, people have been saying forever that you're one of the best social players ever.
Girl waiting. What are you doing?
Kelly, we're almost done with the conversation. Let's,
Okay.
like, that's implying that I'm literally holding my stuff.
See?
Oh my God.
Fuck out of here.
All right. Thank you. Good thing he was chewing my slide. One of my sandals. One of my chanclas. He had a chancla right in his mouth. I was like, all right, Davey, we can't have that. Here's a toy instead. So hopefully no more chanclas. I'm like, I didn't even know I still had that slide. But that's full-time dog mom status. So again, not all Ava's armpit hair. Hashtag not all her hair. All right, but Ava really struggled with this. Ashley struggled with this. And Morgan just beasted her way through this HOH. And so now she has won her second HOH of the game. She got, I mean, this was just, this was crazy. I'm like, maybe we just need some quiz style. Let's incorporate some just quizzes at the end. I mean, Ava would have still lost, but Ashley would have had a chance because she's been studying. But here we are. So Morgan wins HOH. Morgan's like, she has a goal for all of the judges to be the final three. For the remaining members of the Judges Alliance to get that final three. All right. Ava talks to the cams and she's like, I need to work on Vinny's vote, bro. Yeah, I need to work because I need that vote. And we're like, good luck. She's like, I mean, I still got the POV and maybe I could win it. And I got to work on Vinny. And at first, I got to eat a steak, National Geographic style. So then we get Vince and Morgan celebrating. And they're celebrating. I think they were in the food storage. And Morgan's HOH win. Vinny, obviously, he couldn't win because he was outgoing HOH. And he's like, we should just do it back to back. You know, Vinny, Morgan, Vinny, Morgan, Vinny, Morgan. Yeah. And then lay on top of each other. Platonically, we should lay on top of each other with all of our clothes, but with our barn doors open. Platonically. And I just don't understand, man. Like, I feel like Kelsey might dump me. And I haven't even done anything, man.
I am not buying it.
This guy.
I don't have any phones now.
Then they hugged way too long. Another too long. This is too long. Too long, too close. Future men and women of Big Brother. If you come in with a significant other for 7 years, this is too close of a hug. Leave some room for Jesus, like Julie Chen says, okay? Leave some room for Jesus. Leave some room for air. Leave some room for a sword, all right? Leave some room for a water bottle facing this way, Okay. If you can't do a Coke can like this and have this much space for a Coke can in between both of your tots, you're too close. It's like that song. Ooh, you dancing real close. Must be real. You making it hard for me. So Vinny popped a boner and oh god. And so as Morgan is like, I'm so excited. You know, Vince, let me just share something. Okay. Hashtag model Morg reacts to her own wins. All right. Not only am I a model and a gamer, hashtag gamer girl, but I also won 6 comps in a row to secure my safety. Vinny was like, yeah. Oh my God. 6 in a row? He was in the DR like, I didn't think about this. 6 in a row. It's going to be really hard to beat her at final 2. I might not be able to take her because it's in a row. And she's like really buff. She could totally beat me up. So if the jury's voting on like personality, she wins. And man, if the jury's voting on man skills, she wins. Okay. If the jury's voting on who could fight to the death and win, man, she's gonna win, man. If they're voting on loyalty, she's winning. Who wakes up and does shit and doesn't just have morning woodies hiding, she's gonna win, man. Producer Prince, you came to work. I'm so excited to see you. Thank you so much for helping. Prince is here. So everything is going to be so much better now that Prince is here. So right away, Vince is like, oh shit. You're like, oh, I thought I was the best at comps, but you're like really good. That's great. Humane, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Yes, your daily reminder, you guys, to vote for Rachel Riley for America's Favorite Player if you haven't already, or vote for whoever you want to, but hopefully it's Rachel Riley for America's Favorite Player. Remember, you can vote more than once, and you can use really creative email addresses that don't necessarily have to be yours, allegedly. The views expressed here are not my own. They're ones that I found online and also tried out, but just allegedly, so that you guys know. But you really can use, like, let me show you a email address that somebody used to vote, if I have it here. And I'm not saying it was me. It definitely wasn't me. I don't even think I have it here. But I think one of them was like, Les Moonves is a predator at gmail.com. At gmail.com. Something like that, you know? Les Moon sucks balls at yahoo.org.
It's inappropriate.
Yahoo.org. Les Moonves walked away with his full retirement, all his benefits, and his package intact when they should have stripped him of all of that.
It's inappropriate.
Allegedly. At something Microsoft Office.edu. All right. Les Moonves has tiny blue balls at gmail.com. Thank you so much. And you can literally do that over and over and over and over and over and over. Allegedly. Obviously. What do I know? I'm just a girl. God, stop asking me things. My waves hurt. Okay. But yeah, that's what the people are saying. That's what's going on these days. All right. I think that was, yeah. I think we cleared that up. You guys all get it? Yeah. Or they're in Julie's purse. Yes. All right, guys. So Morgan and Vince celebrating, but Vince isn't celebrating so much. She's like, ooh, this is dangerous. She's so dangerous. And Ava talks to Vince again because Ava thinks maybe if Vince is acting a little unsure that he would vote for her and then end up taking her to final 2. Maybe if she works her charm on Vinny, you know, burps in his face and calls him a nickname and says, well, frankly, or shares some of her chewed on steak with him, she can stay in the game. All right. So they're having a little conversation. She said, you should think about taking me instead of Ashley. Okay, if you win the POV, you're the sole vote. You should think of taking me because Morgan might take Ashley to the end. So she's definitely not taking me. What about that? Huh? And Vince is like, I thought about that. And I've thought many times about screwing Morgan and screwing Morgan over. Man, I really have. Because I just don't have any votes, man. So possibly.
I don't have any votes
And
now.
Ava's just like, she goes in the DR. She's like, it could happen. I don't know. Frankly, can I trust Vince? I mean, the guy's lied to everybody. But maybe when hell freezes over, he's being honest to me and he's going to take me. Ava and Ashley talk, and they both are well aware that they're going to see the block. They're like, oh, yeah, we're seeing the block because Ashley is calling Morgan and Vinny peanut butter and jelly. She's like, they're like peanut butter and jelly, just smashed all over each other in between two large mattress-looking pieces of bread or something, just smashed together. Ava and Vince talk again. So they talked multiple times, and that's when she tells him, you should save me with the veto. Take me to final 3. It could happen, even though he's a liar. It could happen, she says. Morgan then gets her nomination ceremony, and she comes out in like a silver top. She is just very much like 90s Delia Dream Queen here with her attire. I thought I had a picture of it here as she nominates Ava and Ashley. Yes, I do. Like all her fits are very... we got a little bit of early 2000 and also mid to late 90s fashion going on with the jeans, the belt, even the jewelry, the shirt. So I can appreciate that. So there's Morgan in all her modelness going, I love you girls so much as a model can love another woman. I love you that much. Okay. But you have to go on the block because I'm taking that little Polly Pocket with me. We're going to the finals, probably, maybe. I don't know if he doesn't piss me off too much on one of our late night sleepovers. So, I love you. You both have great social games. Ava, oh my God, killer social game. The way you just like have mold growing in your cups and you spit when you talk and you floss your teeth in public areas and you deep throat steaks. Just, great. And how moody you are. Oh, what a good social game. And Ashley, God, great social game. Even though a lot of people here call you dumb. I don't call you dumb. I really enjoy you. But yeah. So Ava wants to win the POV. Ava's like, that's it. I'm going to win the POV. And I'm going to see Caleb. I hope he still loves me. And I'm going to, then I'm going to take myself off of something. I'm going to vote Vinny out. Yeah. Because I see his aura and it's shitty. Okay. Like my onesie. I don't know, you guys, but that's kind of what she said, allegedly. But she did want to win the POV. And so does Ashley. Ashley's like, yeah, we want to take out Vinny if we can. So the judges meet then in the HOH room. They have a little toast. They're like, cheers to the judges pretty much making final 3. Hopefully. Yeah, we did it. And then Ashley still wants to break up peanut butter and jelly. Okay. She's like, I got to do something. But first, I got to play this damn POV. All right. And so we have the POV competition. I already forgot what the damn thing was already. I know I have a picture of it here somewhere. Smash that like if you haven't already, you guys. Our wonderful, beautiful pumpkin spice babies. And I appreciate each and every one of you. Oh, it's this one. I barely paid attention to this. There was a lot of verbal instructions and my neurodivergent ass just checked out. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm bored. This is too much. But I think it was called Organized Crime. And basically, this is the one where it was a slide. So they had evidence and they had to slide. So it's a day's competition. And Morgan and Vince have been studying so much, as has Ashley. Meanwhile, I don't even know if Ava has studied. Has she studied? Ava's like, take me to the end, dude. Like, bro, seriously, take me to the end. Because I don't know shit about shit. Shit. So they have to kind of slide these pieces into the correct order. First person to, it's like a puzzle. First person to lock their days in and get them all right and ring the bell and it turns white, lights up, wins. And so Vince is excited. He's like, yeah, but it's too late, Vince the simp, because Morgan wins.
I don't have any phones now.
Thank you so much, Ronald, for the super chat. Ronald says, did Ashley even play or she float to final 3? I think she played strategy wise. Yeah, 100%. Ashley definitely played and definitely was strategizing throughout the season. But again, this is a season that is like, what is strategy? You know what I mean? But I will say Ashley played a million times more than Ava. Ashley aligned herself correctly. Ashley came in with a game plan. She had, her shields in the game. And she actually listened to Rachel most of the time, unlike Keanu. So yeah, which is why she's further in the game and why she's in the judges and Keanu is sitting outside just finding out about it. You know, he's like, he got duped. Like back in the day, you'd go to Vegas and there'd be these guys that are like, hey, you want to get into the hottest club in Vegas, Studio 54? And you're like, hell yeah, it's 2002 and I'm ready to fucking party. Okay, well, it's really exclusive. But if you buy these passes off me for like $50 to $100 each, you automatically get in. You're like, okay, I'm from the Midwest. Here's my money. And then you go to Studio 54 and they say, no, bitch, that's fake. You weren't invited. You just bought. That dude lied to you. That's Keanu. And then you have to go all the way back and stand in line where you just stand there with your friend Annie and you get super drunk by the time you get in because it's a brand new club and it takes like 3 hours to get in. And you're not the hottest piece of hot that ever hotted that they've seen in Vegas. They've seen hotter. So you're not the chick that can like skirt to the front and get in with their big tots. You know, you have natural, milky, farm girl body type and boobies. So you know, that doesn't get you right into the club. That's you got to wait in line. And that's Keanu, unfortunately. Okay. He got sold some bunk tickets by Vinny and he's got to wait in line now. And that's just the best analogy I could think of on the spot. He didn't skip ahead. He didn't get in the club. You know, he had to wait. And now he's waiting in jury because he didn't get there in time and the club is closed. Okay, moving on. But you know what I'm saying. So Morgan wins. And Morgan's like, that's 5 vetoes for me. That's 5 vetoes. She's so happy. I got 5 vetoes. I'm hot. And I got 5 vetoes. And Vinny's like, oh, man, that's great. But like, it's like another competition. That's a lot of them in a row, man. Oh boy. Ooh. After the veto, Ava's like, well, I'm fucked. Because Ava, she's always the optimist, always the hard worker, always getting out there, making the impossible possible, putting her fingers together like this, like a politician. You got this. No, she's just like, well, I'm fucked. He's like, I'm putting all my hopes into Vinny, the dipshit Panera Bread. That's where we're at. You know, how many people have been let down by that man? And then the edit shows all the people's faces who got let down by that man. All of the now grayed out faces who were lied to by Vinny the dipshit. All right. Vinny and Morgan then celebrate in the HOH and there's more fucking hugs.
It's inappropriate.
Good God, you two. You're sick. You're sickos. You're hornballs. Someone needs to spray him with the hose. If I was in that house, I would get the hose. I'd be like, give me the hose. I don't care, big brother. Kick me out all you want. I'm hosing these 2 horn dogs down. Stop hugging so much. I'm never going to get over how much these losers hug. I can't. Why are you hugging so much? And it just is him. It's always him and her. Other people are like, good job. Good job. And they're like, and they make noises like, they squeeze. I really think she's crushing Vince, but he's just so happy to be there that he's like, that's fine. Like, I think she broke a couple of his ribs, allegedly. Okay. She's just squeezing them really tight. These are like bear hugs. These are like, Vinny could get pregnant. And we talked about this before. I wouldn't be surprised if by the time Vinny leaves the house, he is full prego. All right. I bet he's showing. by the time he leaves the house. These hugs are just, they will get you pregnant. They're crazy. So, there's like, let's hug. I think I even stopped taking screenshots of them hugging because I'm so sick of them hugging. I never want to see them hug again. I'm so tired of it. Hashtag Team Kelsey. I'm so tired of this man continually being just a grossy. I don't care. No one's ever going to convince me that this is love. We're watching two people fall in love. No, we're not. We're watching a little man who can't control his boner and is excited because he gets to hang out with a model for the first time of his life. Shit on someone who was there for him, someone who was loyal to him. We're watching an entitled little baby brat who's jobless cry his way and emotionally manipulate and be an emotional vampire and suck all the feelings out of everyone because he thinks he deserves to be there and deserves to win. But not that I have like a big opinion about this, you guys. Not that I'm like passionate about my feelings toward this dipshit. Okay.
I don't have any foods now.
Then we get the sorry, producer Prince. I'm in his way. He's just laying on my desk. I have to move my mouse way over here because he's working really hard. You are working so hard. Thank you so much. Put your cat emojis in the chat for producer Prince. He's just working overtime over here with his luxurious tail. So Ava checks on Ashley checks on Ava in the back room where Ava just sits and farts, just sits in her own gases. All right. And talks to the camera and tries to get America's favorite player and says, I'm fucked. And there's the little table where there's the dental floss, you guys. I'm not lying about this. Like she flosses her teeth at this table. Right here is her dental floss. Those are her glasses. That is her top. That is her Abreva. Is that Abreva? That's something like that. It could be Ambisol Abreva, either for canker sores or cold sores. All right. And there is just, oh boy, cleanliness is not next to Ava. It's in another country from Ava, apparently. So she's in there. Ashley comes in like, hey girl, what you doing? Oh my God, Ava, your cup. Your cup has freaking, what did it had? Did it have, one of them had mold in it. She's like, there's bugs in your cup. And Ava's like, there is? What? So she's got a coffee mug. And Ashley's like, there's bugs in here, Ava. Oh my God, gross. Ew, gag me with a meth pipe. This is disgusting. And Ava's like, what? Nuh-uh. And then she gets up and her other cup that's full of water has fucking mold in it, you guys.
It's inappropriate.
I was like, what?
What the hell?
There's mold.
Oh my God.
And she can't remember how long it's been there. So Big Brother starts getting the receipts together. Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshots, freaking everything. And they can track it all the way back to 50 days ago. This explains so much. I had an epiphany in this moment. I was like, it was like Julie Chen was reading the Bible to me. I was like, holy shit. That's why Ava went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. She's been ingesting mold. Do you remember when we were all like, what is going on? Is there like black mold in this house? Like, why are these people so bananas and go against their allies and have no strategy and are haterations? Well, it's because she's been ingesting mold and bugs. Not only the bugs in her cup, but the bugs that serial killer Kelly has been hiding around the house. Dead bugs. She hid hundreds, thousands, possibly millions, allegedly. I'm just like, oh, God, this makes so much sense, but fucking gross. So gross. Like, that's got to be at least a UTI or something. They got brain worms. And Ava's like, what? And then Ashley, poor Ashley, she's like, I'm going to pick it up because Ashley's not completely nasty and disgusting. And in the process of picking up Ava's dirty, moldy, bug-infested glasses that she drinks from, look at what spills on Ashley. Do you see her sweatshirt there? She's got like caca and mold on her on her tots. And Ava's like, What? What? It was so gross. But it explained so much. I finally realized what's wrong with Ava. And I've only scratched the surface. All right? It's brown. It's brown. Okay, Carissa, you perv, because I wish I was the mold. This is why this is why Ashley has to shower so much. Because she lives with these dirty pigs. Can you imagine? Like, this is crazy. This is why she takes so long showers, because she's just like, my roommates are collecting dead bugs and mold in the same room I sleep in, and they're flossing their teeth at the table next to their Abreva. All right? So they're just, it's a thing, right? All along, Leslie, thank you so much. Say it again. Thank you. Thank you very much. Goodness gracious. Morgan and Vince are in the HOH room, and we get some more of Morgan versus Vince. Will they talk about Lauren again? Will Vince say something stupid? He will. So they're laying in bed, completely platonic, whatever the word is, platonic, Jolene. Okay, just he's giving her that 3 seconds of sex eyes. He's giving her, we can get down, but I'm going to finish in my pants before it even the slightest hint of air or wind. It's going in my underpants. But there's other things I could do, like cry for you. I could cry while you take care of yourself. I don't know. That's okay. Other girls have went for that, but that's might not be your kink. That's fine. So they're sitting there, and he says to Morgan, she's feeling herself. She's feeling good in the neighborhood about her wins. And he said, I would be dominating the second half of this game, man. The second half of the season, if you weren't here. And Morgan's like, what'd you just say, bitch? What did you just say? I'm sorry, what? Captain Hook, who? Mr. Pringles, what? You better be kidding, right? Why would you say that? It's a dumb joke, man. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. And he starts crying. No, he didn't cry, allegedly. I don't know. They edit it in a way to make it look like he didn't start crying. But she's like, you shut your mouth. Sour cream and onion, original Pringle can man. You stop that. All right? Gangs in New York reject. You stop that. Daniel Day-Lewis from Temu. You knock it off. You knock that off right now. He's like, okay, man. So Morgan's already mad. Then they bring up Lauren because, what's a Vince and Morgan conversation if we can't bring up this chick? This chick said, the irony that this chick said the least words we've ever heard on Big Brother. She literally said 6 sentences the whole season. One of them she's still trying to finish in the jury house, allegedly. Okay,
It's inappropriate.
Yet she gets talked about the most. They have the most words for the woman who spoke the least. And so, because again, Morgan, she does not trust this man. She does not trust this man. She knows. A woman knows. We might not always make the right decisions, but we know. And I love when they pulled up this pic. The editors were dirty. They did a one of her now famous when they'd ask her, Lauren, what do you think you're gonna do in the game? Well, me? I was thinking
2,000 years later.
I'm
2,000 years later.
not sure. You're like, okay, thank you, Morgan. I'll talk to you in a couple weeks that was a lot. We'll see you later. But when they pulled up a pic and they said, Morgan right away, because Lauren, because you want Lauren, you would have played with Lauren, you would have picked Lauren, you would have loved to play with Lauren, you would have loved for me not to take your little Lauren out. Lauren, all day Lauren. And then Vince goes, no, man, because Lauren would have been just as good. And she's like, what did you say, bitch? do you want to die? Like she starts singing, and I promise you, I will treat you well, my sweet angel. So help me, Jesus. What did you just say, bitch? And he's like, oh, no, nothing. No, I didn't say no. It was a joke. It was a joke, man. I don't know. I'm unemployed and I got a lot of stress and
It's
anxiety.
inappropriate.
And I was counting my undies today, and man, I don't know, man. And she's like, how dare you bring her up? She's the reason I have trust issues for the rest of my life. She reminds me of something from my real life from years ago. Okay? How dare you? I am a model and on Twitch. And I play GTA. I'm a guy's wet dream, bitch. What's wrong with you? He's like, no.
It's inappropriate.
No. Please take me to the end. Please, Mommy Morgan. Who's going to make my noodles? I need noodles. Oh, God. So they fight again. But he literally says no, because Lauren would have been just as good. I mean, you get what you sign up for, ma'am.
No.
Lauren's legacy lives on in the fights, right? Garos. The narcissistic triangulation, Kira says. Oh my goodness. And then I thought it was interesting, we went to commercial break and Julie Chen was like, will Morgan target her one true ally in the game? And I'm like, they are totally trying to do like a little play on words, like her one true love. At least I think, trying to like Romeo and Juliet this shite. But Morgan was not happy. She's like, how dare you? And then Vince is just spinning the hair tie around. Now, allegedly, you guys, he went into the game wearing his girlfriend's hair tie around his wrist for good luck. You know, the one he forgot about. Except for the last couple weeks when he was like, Shanta, Kelsey, I love you, miss you. Well, he's, speaking in code, his love for Morgan and trying to cuddle her and snuggle her and spoon her in bed. And she's pushing his hand off like, no, keep the pillow barrier up. You are so getting friend zoned after this, sir. I hope it was worth it. But apparently now it's Morgan's hair tie. You fucking dick. You're such a dick. Vince, you're a dick. You're a dick. You treat people like shit. You're a dick. Oh gosh. So then Ashley talks to Morgan. Ashley's like, I gotta talk to Morgan. Ashley's got her yogurt and she's like, I mean, you're not gonna take Vince to final two, because like, no way. I mean, obviously you could beat me super easy, but like Vince, he could win, right? I know you like are close. And Morgan's like, well, yeah, I mean, I was thinking, yeah. So, but you're not really gonna do it. So Ashley's been really working to plant seeds in Morgan, and Morgan trusts Ashley. So it's not like an Ava and Vince thing where there's no trust between them. There's no, Ava's not good at strategy. This is Morgan and Ashley have come a long way. And Ashley says, I spent a large portion of this game making sure I was the closest to Morgan. So in a situation like this, I could maybe get her to take me. The problem is you are not more closer than people sleeping in the same bed. Again, that's why you have to break up every showmance. Any person that hugs too long, any person that looks at each other, any person that starts flirting. That's why Angela was right last season to break up Matt and Mackenzie for her own game and for all of our sanity. You got to break it up. Once people are sleeping in the bed, sharing their secrets, hugging for long periods of time, they got to go. Because if it's people who are sexually attracted to each other, we don't really ever get like gay showmances, but it's usually the heterosexual showmances. So if you got two heteros in there in a showmance, bust it up ASAP. Okay. You can use it as a shield a la Andy Herron, but hopefully you don't want to keep them in the game too long. But, because if you keep them in the game too long, then you have a Holly, Beth, and Jerkson situation. So you really gotta play it well. But I would just bust it up. I look for showmances and abs, and you all gotta go.
It's inappropriate.
if you're touching genitals or you have some abs, you're a problem to me in this game. And that's future house guests. Feel free to take that strategy, run with it, run like the wind. Like Morgan's going to be running from Vince and into Tucker's arms at the finale party.
Boom. Roasted.
Now, Angela did tell us when she was here that there is a person from her season who has a crush on Morgan. I guessed. She's like, I can't tell you. I'll tell you later. She never told me. However, we know that Cam does. Cam has the crush. But Cam's too obvious because he's been very vocal about it on social media. Like, yeah, I think she's cute. Like Chelsea did like an Instagram video and he was like, yeah, I think she's cute. But the tiki-taki people are saying that it's Tucker. I figured it was Tucker. Okay. I was hoping it wasn't Joseph. I knew it probably wasn't Quinn. So just imagine Morgan is going to have Tucker and Vince next to her. I mean, I think I know which way she's going to go. Yes, Rubina and Tucker broke up a while ago. Vince is going to be he's going to be jealous. So, Morgan's gives us a DR this episode, and she says, I've prioritized Vince this entire season, and I can't say he's done the same for me. Girl, same. Kelsey, same. He can't prioritize his own girlfriend in the real world. How is he going to prioritize you in the game? I still think Morgan and Vince are going to take each other, but I wish Morgan would wake up, okay? Because you're 100% right. Burn his ass. But I think now he's such an emotional vampire, and he's been so manipulative with his tears and crying, and I think she really is worried about his mental stability that I don't think she'd cut him. I wish she would. I really wish she would. It's what he wants to talk about, who deserves to win. That's what he deserves. Okay. He's always like, Ashley doesn't even deserve to be here, man. But you do. Cheer, cheer, pumpkin eater. Okay. Everyone's saying Tucker, no contest. Yeah. What's his face? Vince is competing with another model. Oh boy. I mean, good luck. They can model together. Yep. Yes, they can. They could probably get booked. They can get campaigns together, be influences together. Yeah. No one's saying they have a crush. Christy, no one is. I haven't heard any former players go, you know who I'm really feeling? Vinny. Oh boy. I know. Doofy says, I can't wait to hear Vince's speech in front of the jury. Me too. I just hope he doesn't get there by some miracle. All right. Why don't we throw in an elimination? Do Vince dirty like they did Rachel. White Lotus 2.0. Okay. White Lotus continued. And you just get Vinny out. Sorry, Vinny. We know it's final 3, but you've been eliminated from the game for being an a-hole. For trying to gaslight us in the DR and tell us you're not cheating on your girlfriend when we were clearly watching you cheat on your girlfriend. Thank you so much. Thank you. So Morgan and Vince talk, and Morgan's like, these little comments you've been making, Vinny, I don't love it. And it's just so, like, this man, I watched this on the feeds in real time. All of these late night conversations. Oh my gosh. He will do things like, they'll be having these conversations when the lights are out, and he puts the freaking blanket over his head. And this is a grown man. And he's like, he's hidden under the blanket. He rubs his eyes on the blanket. He gets into the fetal position on the bed, like, man, are you mad at me, Morgan? She's like, yeah, I'm not happy. These little comments you're making, okay? They're not sitting well with me. Okay, they're making me constipated. I don't like it. I'm sorry, man. It's just I've really been struggling because I'm having existential crisis number 336. I don't know what to do. Like, I'm going to get out of here, and my mom and dad, Jan and Stan, they're going to be like, what do you want to do, Vinny? Man, what do you want to be when you grow up, man? And I'm going to be like, I'm not grown yet, guys. I'm only 35, man. Give me a break. What happened to the days where I could just run through the yard barefooted with my pants off, drinking water from the hose? And they were like, that was in June. You did that this past June, Vinny. And that's now considered a sex crime because you're a grown man and you're showing your genitals to the world. And that's going to get you on a list. And we don't want our house on a registry. Put your pants on, put the hose down, and get a job. Okay? Oh my gosh. So they're, she doesn't like it. Vince asks, are you going to get rid of me, man? And Morgan's like, she takes a long time, like a long pause. And Morgan's like, what? I don't even have the power to get rid of you. It's on the HOH. It's not up to me. And he's like, do you worry, man, that I wouldn't take you, man? Is it what you worry about? And she goes, yes, of course I do. Oh, Vinny, that's your legacy. Just letting down women. You lied to me. You're just a liar. Liar, liar. Your skinny jeans are on fire, sir. She said, of course I do. Of course I worry about that. And he's like, why, man? But I think Vinny will ultimately take Morgan because I think he realizes that he's playing for second place no matter what. And he'll look like even more of an asshole now that it's out in the world that he's cheating on his girlfriend of 7 years. And that he wasn't loyal also, not only to his girlfriend, but also to people in the game. So he has to stay loyal to Morgan so he can at least say, I was loyal to Morgan, man. And I think he honestly wants to date Morgan outside of this. But that ain't gonna happen.
No.
All right.
No.
Thank you, Lionel Ricardo, for the super chat. Kelsey for BB28. Yes. Kelsey, sign up. Play BB28. You can talk shit about him on the feeds. Oh, how fun it'll be. Carissa, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Carissa says, if he makes it, I want to see him take the cake and sound dumber than Mr. Rock, Paper, Scissors. Well, now I have to play the clip of Mr. Rock, Paper, Scissors.
You know how I got up last second? Rock, paper, scissors. I was willing to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt. That was genius. That was so good. You know how I got up? Rock, paper, scissors. All right? Okay. B. Nichols, I think he's in love with her. I don't think Vinny knows how to love. If he can do his girlfriend of 8 years that dirty, I think Vinny is in love with the idea of getting a boner for a model and her possibly touching it. That's what I think. But I don't think he knows how to love. Okay? There has to be a little bit of selflessness with love. You have to be willing to put someone sometimes before yourself. A little bit within healthy. I don't know. Feel free to correct me, therapist in the chat. But it can't just be me. Think of their feelings. He doesn't know how to love. He's lying to this chick. Still. All right. Beck says, Morgan gave me a boner. She gave everybody a boner. Okay. But you're not the one over here crying and ruining your whole life when she's like, oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. Let's not cuddle. Let's not say we did. Because we don't even know what this is yet. And yet, even though she's like, let's not do that. He's like, cuddle. And she's like, I'm sweating. I'm hot. Okay. And she's not perimenopausal. All right. She's not having night sweats yet. Maybe next year at 35, it could start. All right. She's definitely not having hot flashes, allegedly. So she's faking the sweat. So he stops touching her. Yes, he needs Ayanla to fix his life. Even Ayanla would go, I can't fix this. This is, I can't do it. What? Nope. Sorry, I have to go.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Ayanla is amazing, but there are some things that even Ayanla cannot fix. We have the live veto meeting and eviction. Morgan, shocker, does not use her veto. Okay. Morgan's like, you guys are great. I love both of you. Two of my favorite girls in the house. I decided to dress like Trinity from The Matrix. Okay. All right. Awesome. And I'm not going to use it. So, yeah. But thank you so much for being here. Ava, you're going to go because, you know, we're tired of picking up your mold and your nail clippings that you missed that you didn't snack on and the bits from your teeth that you flick everywhere. So yeah, we're going to send you home. Ava and Ashley do get to address Vince. Ava's was, okay, I think I have the audio. I was recording it with my phone as I was watching it on my computer, you guys. So let's listen to Ava's speech, which I was like, okay, Ava. Because Ava was, we'll talk about the house meeting. Because this afternoon, Ava got me so excited. And I should know. And I kind of knew. I was like, it's probably going to be nothing. Because she's like, Ashley, get ready fast. I'm going to have a house meeting. I'm going to blow this place up. She tried to talk to Vinny again. And he's like, oh, I don't know, man. What I'm going to do, man. She's like, all right, I'm blowing this house up. I'm like, yes, blow it up. You know, don't just blow the toilet up. Blow the house up, young lady. And so she's running around. Ashley's trying to get ready. Ashley kind of talked her out of it. Ashley's like, maybe wait till the live eviction because it won't make tonight's episode. And she's like, huh? And I'm like, Ashley, stop talking her out of it. Because Ava's like, I'm going to call a house meeting. I'm like, you should definitely call a house meeting. But then she started to practice what she was going to say. Can we do anything anymore without practicing what we're going to say? I don't know. I don't go, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Okay.
Oh my God.
But it just, the more these people practice the things they're going to say, the more rehearsed and just like disingenuous and performative it feels. Like, just, you've been in there for 3 months. Feel it out. Let her rip. Trust your instincts. Just go with it. Okay? You know? Yes, Ava just farted again. She's farting right now. Allegedly. There's nothing wrong. Girls have gas too. What? All right? Ava just has a lot of it. But she was practicing. I'm like, don't practice. I'm going to be surprised. Stop practicing. Future house guests, don't practice what you're going to say. Just go with it. Off the cuff. See what happens. Think about it practice in your head. Okay, but not too much. You don't want to seem too rehearsed. All right. Oh, Lord. So she ends up, they then cut the feeds, of course, because, you know, a button boy can't let us have anything nice. And Julie Chen shows us a clip of this. And it wasn't, I don't think it was that great. But okay, here's Ava first with her speech to Vinny.
The only thing I have to really say to Vinny is the only thing I can ask you to do is not contact me after this. I'm kidding. Well, not really.
And they're like, really? Oh, like Ava, she hates these people. Ashley has been like a really nice friend to her. And I think she even hates Ashley. Like Ava is like, I'm not going to talk to anyone. She's like, I'm not talking to alumni. I don't give a shit. And the crazy thing is she does give a shit. I know she gives a shit. And I know she wants people to like her. It's like a defense mechanism. It's so clear that that's what's going on. Why is my Siri on? No, thank you.
I don't know how to respond to that.
That's okay. I appreciate you just kind of trying. Producer Prince. Hello, sir. Good to see you. Okay. But she does. But she's just like, yeah, it's either that or she just thinks she's too cool. You know? So she's like, Vinny, don't call me, which I get. You know, but could have done that sooner. Could have said that sooner. And Vinny's like, me? So again, Vince's horseshit jury management.
Okay. Ashley, it's your...
Vince is like, and Ashley's was really nice. She's like, Ava, you're a wonderful person. And, you know, you just like, you're who you really are. And you own who you are. And I'm like, no, she doesn't. It's performative. Allegedly. Okay. It's just my opinion, right, Prince?
That's my opinion!
And it's like Ava couldn't have said one nice thing to Ashley, who's befriended her. It's like Ava's like obsessed with like Lauren is so perfect, but all these other people were really nice to Ava and listened to her all season long and had conversations with her about her real life. And she's just like, Lauren. I think she has a crush on Lauren. That's what I think. All right.
That's my opinion!
I think Kelly did too. They wanted to have one big lady circle jerk in the final 3. All right. Kelly was going to put a love spell on Lauren, allegedly. And Ava was there for it. And that's why Ava's so mad. She was like, we were supposed to be lady circle jerking right now. And we're not. So I don't know. That's just what I think. So then obviously Vinny stands up. He's like, I gotta let you go. Ava goes to talk to Julie Chen. Julie Chen is like, hey, what's up? And Ava starts to, did you see Ava was pandering? She was Jesus pandering. She was religion pandering. She was like, yeah, well, it's like God of the universe or something. I think God, supposed to be God. And Julie was not having it. Julie's like, I don't know that verse of the Bible. I'm sorry. I don't. It's like the universe. Oh, God, like on the seventh day, God will fought. No, I don't think so. I'd say it's like Genesis, Spartacus. No, okay. We're like, Ava, stop. Please stop. Please stop with that. We know we've seen you on the feeds talking about getting on God 101. They cut the feeds when you're making jokes about the Julie Chen stuff. So don't pander. It's just, it's a bad look. So then Julie asks her, or Julie talks about, Ava, you had a house meeting. And I'm like, you could have just, they ruined the house meeting. Remember house meetings? Like BB20 had one of the best house meetings. I remember it was the first season I covered on YouTube, and I would just watch the feeds. And if something big happened, I would immediately do a video about it. Because I think I didn't even have enough subscribers at the time to maybe go live yet. It was so long ago. And there was the fight between who had the power, and Tyler thought it was Bailey. And really it was Haley, and Haley had a house meeting to tell everyone. And then Tyler and Bailey got into it. And Bailey got so mad that she bit through her tongue and there was blood coming through her mouth. And she was like, you Tyler! And at the time there was like so much going on with Bailey in the game, because I think at that time in the game she was pregnant. So she had like hormones, and it was just like a crazy time to be watching Big Brother. And it was just, they didn't say, okay, cut the feeds and we'll put it in an episode and sit them all down. They actually were like, house meeting, get to the couches. And it was just chaos and madness. And it was fascinating. And then Bailey slammed the door and there was blood coming out of her mouth. And Tyler's like, who? It was so good. And then you have this, which is clearly production led. They're like, sit at the tiny table. And then Ava's sitting there with her glasses. Let's hear. I think I got most of what she said.
What he won't do for you.
I didn't get most of what she said. But she made a point to Morgan, which is correct. Don't do for a guy what he won't do for you. Vinny's a liar.
For a man, what he won't do for you. But I don't know what he's telling you. He wants to bring Ashley.
And it was, I didn't get to screen record all of it. Caught the end of it. But she was like, Vinny had a final two with me or something. He said he's going to take Ashley. He's lying to you. Don't do it for a man what a man won't do for you. And then she was so out there, so proud of herself, because Ava's all about making TV moments. In BB20, they weren't thinking about TV moments. They were in the game. That's how they felt in the moment. Haley felt horrible that Bailey was getting the rap for this power that she didn't have and that she used in the game from Tyler. And Bailey thought her and Tyler were closer, and Tyler felt betrayed, thinking it was Bailey. And then Haley felt like she was betraying Bailey. And it was just mayhem, how it should be. But instead, it was just like this thing. And then Ava awkwardly is out there with Julie. She's like, and she kept looking at the audience. And when she would get a laugh, I was like, oh God, it's going to be rough for Ava. Because Ava's talked quite a bit on the feeds about what would happen if she wasn't a favorite. Early on in the game, she even had a plan if she got canceled or something, or people didn't enjoy her. She did something on the show that she was going to like move to upstate New York and open like a shop or something. I don't know, but she doesn't have a driver's license. It was something like that. She had like some kind of plan. And I was thinking at the time, like, what could this girl do that would make people not like her? Then I was like, oh, she knew, because yourself, to thy own self be true. Like deep down, she knew she was gonna be a butthole. And so through this whole interview with Julie, it was cringy. Like Ashley's saying here. And she did that thing too. Not only was she like laughing, like looking for the audience, she did that thing that players do. It's my favorite thing that they do when they're sitting with Julie and the camera goes over their shoulder and they look right into the camera. Like, it's kind of like when extras on a TV show, you catch one of the characters or one of the extras accidentally looking in the camera. They're like my favorite moments. There's Ava like, and it was multiple times that the camera, like I would immediately turn away like, oh my God, how embarrassing. But she just kept doing it. So here she is again with Julie like, oh, hey, what's up? And then again, oh, hey, what's up? And I'm like, no. And even like, she never turned away. She just kept looking and leaning in like, what about me? What's the next show you're going to put me and Serial Killer Kelly on? And we're like, ooh, hold your breath, and we'll get back to you. We will. Rough. And then she was just like, just very, very awkward, very trying to like, like, yeah, I'm so fun. Because Julie said to her, like, you were very well liked. And Ava was like, in the house. And Ava was like, I went out here. And I'm like, the answer is no. Ava, you've continued on the live feeds just recently. You were again talking about Rachel and saying, I mean, why would I be sad that she left after she grabbed me like that? After she like grabbed me. And I'm like, really? Brendan even like retweeted the clip or subtweeted it, whatever we're calling it these days. Just like, we're still doing this? Like, you still just can't own that you didn't have a strategy and you're just making this shit up. Nobody assaulted you. Nobody manhandled you. But here Ava is still trying to push this narrative that Rachel somehow just assaulted her, grabbed her. Let me see if this, oh no. I think I have a clip of what she said. It's just so frustrating that Ava, I'm like, Ava, why are you doing this? You made a shitty decision. You chose Vince. And guess who just voted you out? Vince. Yeah. So that was your demise, the guy you thought you had to save. Because you didn't have a strategy and now you just want to blame. I thought I had the clip here. Maybe I don't. But basically she was just like, and Ashley's like, oh, I love Rachel. She was telling Ashley. And Ava just got done saying on the feeds the other day, like, why are we still talking about the people that are evicted or in jury? Like, why are we still talking about them? As she has been the one leading in talking shit on people in the jury, mainly Rachel Riley, who from everything I saw was nothing but nice to her. And they connected like on like an artist level, in a entrepreneur level. But here we are. So she's like, oh, I don't hate Rachel, but it's just, she grabbed me. She got in my space and she shouldn't have done that. So again, it's just like, Ava, we're so over this.
Go first.
Don't, no. Oh, come here.
Oh my gosh.
Don't, no. Oh, come here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, come here.
Oh my gosh.
Poor Ava. Hopefully she's got a good attorney for damages. Maybe she has, bruised wrists, sprained wrists, carpal tunnel from Rachel grabbing her hand, guiding her into the food storage room to talk about strategy when she had none for their final two that they did have with each other. But here we are. Hello, producer Prince. Oh, you just took a quick smoke break. You just went out for a quick smoke break and now he's back. So the meeting was a bust, similar to many things Ava did in this game. Unfortunately, Ava, it's not it. It wasn't it. This wasn't very entertaining, what you brought to the game. Unfortunately, you had a good HOH. We had high hopes in the beginning, of the season. You slept a lot. Okay. And then you got really pissy about stuff and you started just making up false narratives and you never really played. And you just were like, I don't care. Whatever happens, happens. And then once it got to final 3, she got real pissy about it. It was like, or got to final 4, I should say. And she's like, I never really cared before leaving the game, but now I care because I'm so close to the money that clearly I've been working so hard for all season long. And you're like, what? Oh, Ava. And again, she could have taken this information she had about Vince and went to Morgan long before. There has been plenty of doubt in Morgan's mind. She could have done so much in this game, but she chose not to because she didn't know anything about the game. She was recruited to the game. And what we found out at the end here from Morgan with a hot mic is that Ava was an alternate. Now, I knew that just because it's on her social media now that she was originally an alternate. So she didn't think she would get, or she was just supposed to be there as an alternate in case something happened to someone else. She didn't think she would go into the game. So she had a video where she was saying bye to her boyfriend and she's like, I'll probably be back in a week. And then Morgan slipped out that she got an email. Production, you are sloppy. And Vince goes, we're on live TV. And I'm like, Vince, let her cook. Let her speak. Okay. Gosh, you ruin all the fun. So here's Morgan on the feeds being like, oh, Ava just leaves. And she's like, BTW, I got an email I wasn't supposed to get about this Ava Pearl.
Yeah, I had accidentally received a message I shouldn't have about a girl named Ava being an alternate. I think we're still live. Oh. You're right. I think we are. Oh.
One more time.
Yeah, I had accidentally received a message I shouldn't have about a girl named Ava being an alternate. I think we're still live. Oh. You're right. I think we are. Oh. Yeah. Right.
Vince goes, oh, we're still live. She's like, yeah, I accidentally got an email about a girl named Ava being an alternate. Why is she getting an email about alternates? Who was it supposed to go to? Was there another Morgan in production? I mean, sloppy.
It's inappropriate.
I thought that was pretty fun. And they didn't cut away or anything. They just sat there. And then went back out to Ava. I was like, oh my God. This is crazy. Oh my word. I'm dropping everything over here. So yeah, Ava's interview was just a cringe fest. You guys, it really was not very fun. I didn't love it. I didn't love it for Ava. I'm very strongly I'm very strong in my opinion, I guess, that we just don't need to cast these type of people. All right. These performative people who know nothing about the game for like the quirky archetype. Like we want the quirky player. If someone just happens to be quirky, awesome. But we don't need the fake quirk. Okay. We've tried it. You've tried it a lot. You've tried it, big brother. And it has been horrible. Okay. It's been not good. So just because they have a big hat and they're like, I don't care about farting. Okay. I've never cut my hair in my life. This is still my baby hair. Doesn't mean we need to see them in the game. There are so many people that could have taken Ava's spot and done so much more with it, actually played the game, actually gave a shit, and was more entertaining. Yeah. Put it in the chat. What other kind of people don't we need cast on the show anymore? I know they have their certain archetypes. And also, I don't know if you guys tuned in earlier. I did a live with the wonderful king of pop culture, Kempire, and who is newly into Big Brother. So it was nice to hear his thoughts, having only watched a few seasons of Big Brother, because I think sometimes I forget about, the casuals sometimes. And it's nice to hear their perspective because it also shows you what someone who sometimes watches the live feeds, but watches the episodes, how their perspective is so much, different due to the edit and stuff like that from those of us that are plugged in 24/7. So if you missed that, it's the video before this. Go show it some love. If you're not subscribed to Kempire, get subscribed because he covers all things pop culture and fun. But I was telling him that Ava was even talking, and it makes so much sense now that her big brother celebrity crush is Red from BB25.
It's inappropriate.
That bearded guy who was like, I want to stay for my birthday.
It's inappropriate.
And then him and Cameron had remember he didn't believe Cameron. That was like his only ally in the game. He was like, I don't believe you. I don't want your life. And Ava was like, Red. And I'm like, oh God.
No.
The beard? Even Ashley, she showed Ashley this. And Ashley was like, you mean the guy with the overalls and the beard? Yeah. Oh. She's like, I like him. He's sassy. He's another player. He was another one, an influencer. Ava, similar influencer. He had, I think, a lot of TikTok followers. She has a lot of Instagram followers. We just don't need it. We don't need the influencers anymore. We don't need it, guys. Okay, there's people that want to play the game who'll be far more interesting. Okay, we don't need that. No more. All right, Lauren's a no. Lauren, she was a little comp beast, but afraid of everything. Didn't want to talk very much, very hard in a social game to cast people who can't or won't talk. That's very difficult. Très difficile. Shannon says never cast a Josh again. You're not a fan of the Josh. Pots and pans, Josh, are you talking about? Only cast people with no Wi-Fi. Goldie says. No spoiled rich kids. Speaking of which, that was Ava. Ava was on the feeds talking about, it's not, today she was mad, very moody, very upset. Finally she gave a shit. And it's everyone else's fault, that she's going home, not hers. And she was saying, it's not the fact that I'm losing, it's who I'm losing to. Because she was like, Ashley, she doesn't even need the money. Again, we talked about this a little earlier, but it's not, big poor person, big charity. It's Big Brother. It's a game. So even if you have money, you don't have money, you have a job, you don't. This is Vince's mentality too. Like, I deserve it more. Do you? Why? Because you're broke and you read auras, or you're Vince and you just are willfully unemployed? Like, no, I don't. You actually don't deserve it more than anyone else. Thank you, Matt, for the super chat. What would happen if Vince won the Final Four? Veto used it in Final Four. Would Morgan go up? So you're saying what just happened here? She was the HOH. Is that what you're talking about? So if he won the veto, he could. No, Morgan wouldn't go up. He would just secure his spot. He could use it on somebody else, and no, he would still be safe. So that's what would happen. That is kind of like a tricky question when you think of it. You're like, what would happen? Morgan wouldn't go up. I don't know Matt, that's a great question. I don't know the specific rules of what happens. I feel like he just keeps, it stays the same. Because by game rules, he's safe. Whoever wins the veto safe. And if they're on the block, they can take themselves off. But if they're not on the block, which he isn't, he could take someone else off, but there's not enough people to take off the block. So, I mean, I've never even thought of that, Matt. And I've been watching forever. I just never even thought of it. But then again, I'm just here for the jokes. A little bit of strategy, heavy on the jokes. But that's a good question. Now, had he been the HOH and won the power veto, then he could do some stuff. Then he could use it. TV Freak says, you want them to do more thorough background checks. I don't even think they do a background check anymore. I think they're like, If you're not on the first page, the first Google search thing, you're done. Not even the first page, just the first search. After that, we don't look. We don't look. Thank you so much, Josh, for the super chat. Josh says, even though I want Ashley to win, I would be okay with Morgan winning. I just do not want Vinny in final 2. He's a lazy, unemployed man. Doesn't deserve second place. You hear that, Vinny? We're going to tell you what you don't deserve. Doesn't deserve second place money. He needs to start earning money. Josh is putting him in his place. It's like, listen, sir, you need to get a jobby job. All right? Let your parents retire. They're on a fixed income, allegedly. Yep. I'm okay. Morgan winning, just fine. At this point, Ashley winning, great. Vince, he won't win. It'd be great if it would be Ashley and Morgan final 2. That would be my preferred at this point. I think Vinny needs a taste of his own medicine, being a liar and a cheater, pumpkin eater. So these 2 ladies would be my preferred final 2. I also think they have, Ashley pretty much realizes that she is playing for second now with Morgan. Ashley unable to, win another competition, and Morgan's comp record and her social game and them being similarly aligned. But it would be fun to see the 2 of them go to the end, being in the judges and just being 2 powerful, badass babes going to the end. But no, Vinny's going to slime, weasel his way, slither his way in from leeching off a lady. Molly, isn't that the truth? Vinny is given a Sandoval. He does. He's got an excuse for everything. Like he gives that false sense of self-awareness. I think so. Matthew Reed says, seriously, postseason will be king this year. These people hate each other. Like, a lot of them hate each other. There's going to be lots of drama. And that's the thing. Even though the finale is Sunday, you know that I like to follow the cast for a little bit postseason, because we got to see the postseason drama. And there's definitely going to be postseason drama with this cast. Definitely 100%. Because they barely like each other, you guys. They're like, what? What percentage? What percentage of a chance? We will find out. Yes. Ashley's in the alliance, but Morgan is, I just really think Vinny and her got so close. I mean, they literally were up in that HOH room for 2 weeks straight, sleeping in the same bed, talking nonstop. The bonding, the emotional manipulation. It's too much. It's too much. Okay. Maybe don't give spoilers of a show that just started airing in the chat. Just, don't be an asshole. Steffi said, I would love to see Ashley win just so the gagmans means nada. Oh my gosh. That would be hilarious if Morgan ended up bringing Ashley, or Vince somehow betrays Morgan and he brings Ashley and Ashley wins. Yeah, don't contact me after this. Don't call me. Don't contact me. Sheila, that is a good way to look at it. Sheila says, I don't like everything Morgan does, but she's worked hard for the win. She really has. Morgan is a hard worker. Like, she stays busy. She stays studying. She stays cooking. She stays cleaning. She stays preparing. She stays doing her social game. Now she stays a little too long with Vinny. That's the part I don't like. But she's not a lazy player. That's for sure. Yeah, don't contact us after that. You got a timeout for that. Oh my God, Tiffany, and we got to watch it. Tiffany says Morgan is about to drop Vinny so hard after her win. And he knows it too. He feels it. He's freaking out every single night. Yeah, the rubbing's got to stop. We got to stop. It's grotesque at this point. I'll never understand you guys, and it might just be me. And feel free to sound off if you're like, Jolene, you're so wrong on this. But I don't understand why people cheer for this cheat man's. I don't get it. I'm all for cheering for. I'm not like the most like, oh, I'm so moral. I'm not the moral police over here. But this is just one thing. I understand people cheat. I get all whatever. Okay. But this is so just gratuitous, and also with his constant lying and trying to gaslight us and his girlfriend through his DRs. I'm not cheering for that. And he's such like an emotionally manipulative crybaby. I don't wish that on his current girlfriend, and I don't wish that on Morgan. And people are like, oh my God, they're falling in love. They're falling in love. Yes, go to Twitter. I'm like, am I just like old now? Where I'm like, well, that's just not right, guys. People are loving it. And I don't love it. I don't love it at all. Yuck. I can't wait until she goes some. People are like, well, sometimes this is how love comes about. It's not even love. Okay, it's a boner. It's a boner. It's an unemployed boner. Christine says people who ship the cheat mans are weird and probably haven't had a real relationship. Maybe. I don't know. But there's like a lot. Because I'm thinking, well, this is just gross. And people are like, oh, it's kind of hot. I'm like, what? It's not. It's actually not. But, oh my gosh. MA12 says if she's a co-cheater, Morgan burns Lil Vinny in the end, she would be a stone cold beast. Team Kelsey. Hashtag Team Kelsey. Team Kelsey. 'Twas not hot. 'Twas cold. 'Twas freezing. 'Twas gross. 'Twas vomitos. All right. Poor Ashley having to be in the house with those two. Oh, I know. Morgan's been pushing him off of her. Like, don't cuddle, don't. Because now, before it was like, it's just a big bed, man. And we're head to toes. We're head to feet. And now it's head to head. And there's still the pillow barrier, but Vinny's trying to push past it. Like, you dirty little sucker. You dirty. Thank you, Josh D, for the super chat. Josh D says, Catherine went to see Riley and told Jimmy not to tell anyone. I saw that. Jimmy then announced, and I'm glad because Cat Riley might take you hostage again. Jimmy is messy. He's spilling lots of things, which, okay. Some people were mad. They're like, I don't care. I think in this situation, like you're saying, Josh, we got to make sure we know where Catherine is if she's near Riley. Because we might have to put out a damn Amber Alert. I don't know. Whatever the alert is when an adult woman is around a super scary man, allegedly, that is. So I was happy Jimmy said something. I know he was, probably just saying it to be like, oh, I have tea. Oh, I want people to know stuff. But yeah, apparently she's in Oklahoma, or was. But again, she has to figure that out in her own time. Did her parents let her go? I mean, she's a 23-year-old woman. I mean, what can you do? I remember I dated a guy. My mom was like, I don't like him. Don't date him. And I was like, okay, but I'm literally 23. And was my mom right? Of course she was. Because moms are right and they know shit. And they've lived a life. But at 23, you're like, no, I know better. And that's probably where Catherine's at. Oh, boy. Yeah, on the Oklahoma Trail of Tears. Just know, Catherine, when you're ready to run, okay, get that DPO. Oh, my gosh. So there you have it, you guys. That's what's going on. This has been the craziest season. It's almost over. This just doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense anymore. And that's just the way it is. This season didn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense. People are still grossing me out. And it's going to be a really messy postseason. And I hate when people say this, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Can we storm the BB? We can't insurrect the BB stage. Okay. Nor do we want to. Yuck. But I see what you're saying. Dawn, yes. Thank God. Okay. Thank God. And God 101 that this train wreck is almost over. Because nothing about this makes sense. What does this mean? I've seen this before. It's the Amy Winehouse of seasons. I love Amy Winehouse. What does that mean? It's the Amy Winehouse of seasons, JB. I've seen you post this before. I was like, what does that mean? And I forgot to ask. But I'm like, I feel like Amy Winehouse doesn't deserve to be put in the same category as this season. Yeah, but postseason. All right. I'm here for, there's going to be a lot of lives, people fighting. You know, I'm definitely here for that. Steffi says the longest colon prep ever. The longest. Oh my God. I'd rather colon prep for a colonoscopy than go through this again. Really. Yeah. The mastermind didn't do shit. I don't really get, like, the mastermind was like, it's the month of mayhem. Ha 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 ha. And all he did was send Rachel Riley home, eliminate her on a shitty twist. That's it. That's all. What else happened? He gave Keanu an hour, but gave him like more days because we thought Keanu was going to go right away, but he was there for days. So there are some good things. Like John says, I like the season more than I didn't. Sometimes months go by with my people losing. I will say one thing about this season is you still had like that kind of jag effect where some person is winning out every competition to the end. But it was the feeds, despite the cheap man's being just cuckoo, there was gaming up until the end. You know, luckily Ashley's still there gaming. You still have this Morgan and Vince don't necessarily, Morgan especially, trust Vince. It's a little more entertaining than it was like with Bowie Jane and them. And bless Bowie Jane's heart. I mean, obviously you guys know I was like, oh, Bowie Jane, okay? Yes, Bowie Jane. And how was your life changed? I'm going to say for the better when you joined the mafia with money.
Jag, how did your game change for, I'm going to say the better, when you joined the mafia with money?
Jag, how did your game change for, I'm going to say the better, when you joined the mafia with money?
It's inappropriate.
Money. Speaking of Matts, thank you, Matt, for the super chat. Because apparently in season 5, that veto scenario I described happened, and the non-vetoed house guest was instantly evicted. I'm going down a weird rabbit hole. Now I'm trying to remember. Which house guest was it? Matt, you're making me think. You're making me think thoughts. Thank you. And also, no thank you. You know, no. Thank you for the super chat. Because I'm like, shit. I don't know. Melissa, yeah, we still have to find out who this mastermind is. I hope they don't put this on Rachel. Melissa says, why am I still thinking the only way to recover is that Rachel is revealed as the mastermind? Oh, I guess, yeah. Then it's like, I was never supposed to win, but I don't see Rachel going back and doing that, but maybe. Because she does love to compete so much and loves to play Big Brother. So I don't know if she would just be a twist. And also I don't want to put this shitty twist on her. But maybe. I don't know. So. All right, guys. Oh, Cowboy won the veto in season 5 at the final 4 while he wasn't HOH or a nominee and used it to save Diane. This is where we need my friend Powell. He loves season 5 and all these players to save Diane, resulting in Nokomis automatic eviction, according to Reddit. Well, paging Powell. If anyone sees Powell, All right. I can barely remember that. I can remember June season like the back of my hand, but I can barely remember that season right now. I might have to do a rewatch. We might have to do a Patreon rewatch of that. Cause I haven't thought of that in forever. All right. Thank you guys so much. Smash that like on your way out. Don't forget to comment after the video posts. Follow me on social media at Joleen Lunzer on Instagram and the TikTok. You guys, if you're not already following me. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow because we have another episode. We're going to see the jury, which I'm excited for. Just show us some jury. Give us some real jury reactions. I can't wait for Rachel to just watch the come. Oh, hey, Lauren, Kelly, Keanu, Ava. Looks like somebody was right here and it wasn't any of you. All right. You guys are all beautiful pumpkin spice babies, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight. Shout out to Kelly Kell for gifting 5 memberships. Shout out to all my super chatters, Gail Murphy Comedy, David Cushmore, Humane, Ronald, Carissa, Leonelle, Matt, Josh D. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, you guys remember to enjoy yourself because it's later than you think. Bye.